Somewhere between a blinking cursor and a spark of curiosity, something quietly beautiful has happened. Not a revolution with banners and headlines, but a shift like a room finally lit properly after years of working in the dark. For a long time, people with ADHD, autism, dyslexia, and other neurodivergent traits were handed tools that never quite fit their hands. The world ran on long meetings, static documents, rigid processes. You had to sit still, think linearly, wait your turn. And if your mind moved differently, faster, wider, deeper, sideways, it felt like trying to write poetry with a brick. But today, something extraordinary is unfolding. We are surrounded by tools that don't just tolerate different minds, they respond to them. And if you look closely, you'll notice something almost poetic. The very traits that once created friction are now creating flow. Take ADHD. For years, it was framed as a problem of attention. But researchers like Russell Barkley have long argued it's really about regulation, not absence. The ADHD brain doesn't lack attention, it hunts for the right kind of stimulation. Novelty, urgency, interest, and what do modern AI tools offer? Instant feedback, rapid iteration. Infinite curiosity loops. You can explore an idea, pivot, refine, build, break, rebuild, all in minutes. No waiting, no friction, just movement. A review in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews shows how dopamine-driven reward systems are central to ADHD cognition, meaning immediate feedback dramatically improves engagement. And that's exactly what AI delivers, not in theory, but in practice every time you hit enter. It's like the tools are finally speaking the same rhythm as the mind. Now shift to autism. For decades, it was often described through what it struggled with socially. But researchers like Baron-Cohen reframed this with the idea of systemizing, the drive to understand patterns, rules, structures. And suddenly, look around. We are living in a world built on systems, code bases, APIs. Machine learning models, data flows. A study from University of Cambridge showed enhanced pattern recognition and detail processing in autistic individuals. And today's tools, especially AI, are essentially giant pattern machines. It's not just compatibility. It's alignment. You can interrogate systems, refine logic, build intricate structures, and get precise, structured responses back. No ambiguity, no hidden rules, just clean interaction. Even large organizations have noticed this. Programs like those from Microsoft and SAP have shown that when roles match cognitive strengths, productivity and innovation increase significantly. Not because people changed, because the tools did. And then there's dyslexia. Traditionally framed as a reading difficulty, but researchers like Sally Shaywitz at Yale University have highlighted strengths in big-picture thinking, spatial reasoning, and creativity. In a text-heavy world that created barriers. But now, you can speak instead of type, listen instead of read, visualize instead of decode. AI can summarize dense information, generate diagrams, translate complexity into clarity. A report from World Economic Forum points out that the future of work is shifting toward skills like problem-solving, creativity, and adaptability, areas where many neurodivergent individuals naturally excel. So what we're seeing isn't just accessibility, it's amplification. And maybe that's the real story here. These tools are not fixing neurodivergent minds. They are meeting them halfway and then walking the rest of the distance together. There's a concept in psychology called person-environment fit. When the environment aligns with how someone thinks, performance doesn't just improve, it unlocks. A study in the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology showed that better alignment leads to higher engagement, lower stress, and increased well-being. And right now, for the first time at scale, we are building environments that can adapt in real time. Think about that. An assistant that helps you structure your thoughts when they scatter. A system that keeps track of context when your working memory gets overloaded. A tool that turns your abstract ideas into something tangible immediately. It's not just productivity, it's partnership. But what makes this moment special isn't just capability, it's possibility. Because for years, the narrative was about limitation, about what couldn't be done, about where someone didn't fit. Now the conversation is shifting. What if the question is, how do we help people adapt to the system? What if it's, how do we build systems that adapt to people? And in doing so, something unexpected happens. The edges, the differences, the nonlinear thinking, the deep focus, the curiosity that refuses to sit still, they stop being problems to solve. and start becoming signals to follow. So during a time like this, when we pause to reflect on autism, on neurodiversity, on the richness of different minds, it's worth noticing something quietly profound. We are no longer just raising awareness. We are building capability, not by changing people, but by finally creating tools that understand them. This isn't the moment where neurodivergent individuals are catching up to the world. It's the moment where the world is finally catching up to them.